The sky was darker than ink, but it was not empty. It shimmered with stars, thousands of them, glowing gently above a vast, quiet lake. The world seemed to pause here. Time no longer pushed forward. It simply rested. You stand barefoot on smooth wooden planks, the edge of a bridge that stretches into the horizon. Its railings are made of carved driftwood, and its lanterns, small orbs of soft light, glow with the warmth of resting fireflies. This bridge doesn't lead to a city. It doesn't cross over a noisy river. It leads across a still lake into peace itself. You take a breath. The air smells of pine and cool water. There is no rush. You are exactly where you need to be. You take your first step. The wood beneath your feet is warm. It doesn't creak loudly. Instead, it sighs softly, as if it's happy to feel someone walk across it again. A light breeze moves across the water beside you, cool and gentle, like a familiar friend guiding you forward. As you walk, the lake beside you glows faintly, as if the stars above have drifted down to rest in the water's arms. The surface reflects everything, the sky, the lanterns, even you. But the reflection doesn't feel distant or reversed. It feels like another version of you walking below, just as peacefully, step by step. The bridge arches slightly, curving with the shape of the water. There are no sharp corners, no sudden turns. Everything here flows like water, like breath, like sleep. You pause. To your left, you notice a heron standing on a small rock that juts from the lake. It does not move. It watches the stars, just like you do. For a moment, it feels like you and the bird are sharing something, a kind of silent prayer for stillness. You keep walking. Each step feels lighter. Not just your body, but your thoughts. They lift like mist. The worries that clung to you earlier. They haven't disappeared, but here, they don't press as hard. Here, they float behind you, distant and small. A bench appears on the side of the bridge. It's carved from soft willow and curved perfectly for rest. You sit. The bench welcomes you. The wood seems to breathe beneath your weight, not bending, not breaking, just adjusting. Beside you, a small bell hangs from a hook. It rings gently in the wind, not loud, just enough to remind you of rhythm, of time slowing down. You close your eyes for a moment, and when you open them, the stars are closer. Or maybe your mind has simply quieted enough to see them better. You walk quietly onward, your feet making soft, deliberate steps upon the ancient wooden bridge. Each plank beneath you groans with a deep, sleepy whisper, like an old friend softly greeting your presence. The sky above remains a calm canvas of velvet blue, peppered with stars that shimmer like scattered pearls. The moon now casts a gentle glow across the lake, and its reflection winks up at you from the still waters below. You breathe slowly, deeply, each breath bringing a sense of release, like unburdening a heavy sack from your shoulders. You reach out, running your fingers across the smooth railing of the bridge. It's cool to the touch, but not cold. The texture is rich, aged wood that's soaked up decades of breezes, rains, and starlight. It feels comforting, familiar, as though it's guiding you gently across the distance. In the quiet, you notice the sound of a small ripple, somewhere below, perhaps a fish breaking the surface or a bird stretching in the reeds. The sounds are soft, spaced out like slow raindrops on a warm roof. Far ahead, you see a soft amber glow. It's small but steady. Not fire, not electric light, something in between. You continue toward it, each step met with more calm, more quiet inside your mind. As you get closer, the glow reveals itself, a small lantern hanging from a shepherd's hook, gently swaying in the breeze. Next to it, a wooden bench faces the lake, half in shadow, half in the moonlight. You sit, and when you sit, you feel the peace more deeply than you have all day, as though every muscle has been waiting for this moment, not just to rest, but to fully surrender. You sit back, letting your shoulders fall and your hands rest upon your lap. The wind moves again, softly brushing your cheeks. It brings with it a scent, faint and clean, something like jasmine or maybe pine, natural, unforced. It reminds you of peaceful walks and early mornings. You look at the stars. They seem closer now. One flickers, and you wonder briefly if it's speaking a language only the night understands. Maybe it's not even a star. Maybe it's not even a star. Maybe it's a memory, or a gentle reminder of a prayer once whispered under the sky. You close your eyes, and as you do, a memory rises. Not loud, not vivid, just a moment. A walk you took years ago. The feel of the grass, a loved one's voice, the smell of the air before rain. It's not a sad memory. It's like a soft thread connecting your past to your peace now. You open your eyes again. And now, across the bridge, something stirs. Not a person, not an animal, just presence. Like a breeze shaped itself into calmness and stood tall. There's no fear, only curiosity. You stand, and with slow steps, resume your walk. You cross the remaining length of the bridge. As your foot touches the earth on the other side, the texture beneath your sole changes. Soft grass, cool and slightly damp with the breath of night. A path lies ahead. Not paved, not forced, just a naturally worn trail where leaves whisper beneath each step. The trees on either side lean in, not to hide the stars, but to hug the sky. Moonlight streams through their branches in beams of silver, forming stripes across the path like gentle road signs made of light. There's a quiet hum now, not from any source you can see. It feels like the rhythm of the world itself, a lullaby of the forest, pulsing gently around you. You take a step, then another. Your heart is calm, your breathing smooth. The night embraces you like a warm cloak. As you walk further, the trail opens slightly to a clearing, a circular space surrounded by tall, slender trees. In the middle stands a low wooden table, and around it, 4 flat stones that serve as stools. Upon the table, you notice a simple bowl filled with wild berries and a small pitcher of cool water. It feels as though someone was just here, but it also feels as though no one has been here in ages. Both truths coexist in perfect stillness. You sit on one of the stones. The stone is smooth, like it has welcomed many travelers before you. You pour a bit of water into a small cup carved from wood. The water glistens, catching moonlight as if it were made of stars. You sip. The taste is pure, cool and silent. It flows through you like a stream washing away any remaining weight. You feel lighter. A gentle breeze flows through the clearing again, and with it comes a soft, almost musical sound, like wind chimes made from leaves. You close your eyes, letting the sound pass through you, relaxing every part of your being. A story forms in your mind, not one you read or heard, but one gifted to you by this peaceful night. It's about kindness, simplicity, trust. A reminder that even when the world is heavy, peace still exists, tucked in quiet corners like this one. You open your eyes again. The stars have shifted just slightly. The moon is a bit higher now. You smile, deeply content. You rise from the stone seat, moving back to the trail. It continues forward, curving gently now. As you follow it, the scenery grows softer, dreamlike. Flowers begin to bloom along the edges, soft blues, whites, and gentle purples glowing faintly under the night. Each flower seems to lean in your direction, as if greeting you. You reach out and gently run your fingers over a petal. It feels like silk, and the scent is faint, barely there, but somehow familiar, like a memory of peace. The path now follows the lake's edge again. The water glimmers with tiny waves that break the moon's reflection into gentle fragments. A few fireflies appear, blinking slowly like living stars floating beside you. In the distance, a wooden archway stands. It's not large or ornate, just two sturdy beams and a crossbar above. Hanging from the top is a wind chime made of smooth stones and seashells. As you pass under it, the chimes sound a soft note, like a bell calling you home. Beyond the archway, the trail becomes softer still. You notice cushions and quilts gently laid out on the grass, not placed with precision, but with care. An invitation to rest. You choose a spot, lying down slowly. The quilt beneath you is warm, the cushion soft. You breathe in, and then out. The stars blink above, one more deeply than the rest, as though saying, "Good night." You feel your eyelids grow heavy, not from exhaustion, but from peace. Your hands rest easily at your sides. Your legs fall into perfect stillness. And as the breeze flows through the night, you finally let go. Let go of the noise. Let go of the day. Let go into a sleep blessed with calm. Let go beneath the starlit bridge. The soft wind stirred the tall grass by the edge of the lake. Yusuf sat in the same quiet place where his journey had begun, beneath the old bridge, now glowing faintly under the moonlight. The warmth of the journey still lingered in his heart, not because of loud moments, but because of the still ones. He had met people who listened more than they spoke. He had walked under trees that whispered in peace. He had found silence not as emptiness, but as a gentle space where thoughts could rest. The world had not changed, but he had. He reached into his bag and pulled out the smooth stone the elderly man had given him. It was simple, round, and gray, but in Yusuf's eyes, it held the color of every moment he had lived through. The kindness of the stranger, the food shared without words, the path walked with humility. He placed the stone beside the stream that trickled under the bridge, not as an offering, but as a memory returned to the earth. Then he looked up at the sky. It was the same sky he had stared at when this story began, but now it felt wider, deeper. The stars didn't just shine. They watched, not in judgment, but in peace, as if to say, "You are seen, you are safe. Sleep." And so he did. Yusuf leaned gently back on his rolled blanket, arms crossed beneath his head. The sound of the stream, the whisper of the wind, and the chorus of distant night birds wrapped around him like a lullaby. There were no questions left tonight, only stillness, only sleep.